Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and in continuing with this series of teaching you guys how to build a bench press by me rebuilding my bench press after taking a year and a half off from benching, doing only overhead press. You guys know, if you've been following the series, you know what's going on. All right, today I upped my volume. I realized, okay, we're on day 8. These 7 and 8 sets, actually I didn't even go to 8 yet. I was supposed to do 8 today. Because I've been saying, look, you add sets, and as it gets easy, you can go ahead and add weight. When you get to 10 sets with any given weight for perfect technique, perfect bar speed, whatever, it's time to add weight. So I had worked up to 7 sets, and quite frankly, the 8th set felt so easy that I did a 9th and did my 10th, and I kind of called it quits. I'm like, okay, we're going to go ahead and just do the 10 today. And that's what I decided to do because it just wasn't that difficult. I did my 3 warm-ups. And that's kind of where I'm at. The 7 previous bench workouts have already gotten me just adapting to those, even while cutting, even while doing 3 hours of cardio a day. Got me to a point to where my 10 sets weren't difficult. My 10th set didn't feel heavy. Bar speed was good. Everything was fast. And this is part of what's going on is that I cut down to 2 bench workouts a week. So I've got better recovery now between them because I'm at the point now to where I don't need the 3. 2 bench workouts a week will get this done. And for, again, those curious, this is all closed grip. It's all paused bench, no touch and go. I do not believe in touch and go benching for building bench strength, for raw bench strength. I don't believe in it at all. I don't think it builds a big chest. I don't think it builds a raw bench. That's my opinion. So I see a lot of guys out here do a lot of touch and go. They do a lot of slingshot work, and they might throw around some impressive numbers with that, but when you force them to actually pause on their chest and do a meet legal bench, they can't do anything. They have no strength. And you know what? That carries over into total speed strength in general. That pause work is everything on the bench press. Same thing, close grip. Build your strength with the close grip. You can use a lighter weight, and then you do it without beating up your joints as much. All right, and that's kind of the point. No, I'm not moving a whole lot of weight right here. This is 245. But when we start looking at total tonnage done with fast bar speed, staying tight, pause work, this is actually a lot of work because I do 10 triples, everything paused. Everything paused. As I get further into it, I really like to always pause, a good pause on that 3rd rep. Because that's the one that's the most fatigue. That's where I try to make sure I give a nice long pause no matter what, so that there's no doubt about it that this is pause work. But yeah, this was ridiculously easy. It was ridiculously easy, and I think it's because I took 3 days off from benching. And I used that thicker bar last time, and the thicker bar is awkward for me. I don't like it, but it's what was in the bench, and I did it. Today, this bar felt so easy to press. And I predicted last time that that was going to happen. And it was so easy that I went ahead and just added 3 sets instead of 1 set this workout. So what we'll probably do, so again, that we reinforce the training stimulus, I may do 1 more workout with this weight for 10 sets. So we get 2 workouts, we reinforce this initial training stimulus, and I'm going to increase the weight on the bar. And we're going to repeat this process. Because I started the first workout with 225, then went to 235 for 5s, and then now we went to 245 for high volume triples, and we just keep adding triples. Well, at a certain point, doing more than 10 sets of 3, we're getting ludicrous at that point. Time to add weight. And that's the thing. All of these are perfect form. So anyone who's saying, well, I can bench 245, well, I sure hope I can bench a hell of a lot more than 245 myself. And that's the point. We go to the gym to build strength, not to demonstrate strength. It's one thing to say, okay, I'm going to bench 245. But it's another thing to come in and do it, pause for 10 sets. All right, pause work. No grinders, nothing looking difficult. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, my 10th set didn't really feel any harder than my first set. It's easy. 10 sets, done. But because I did 10 sets, I didn't do the additional shoulder pressing today. You know what, I might slip in this weekend and do just a quick overhead press workout somewhere where I'm training Brittany at one of our other gyms where we're not filming or something. And do that just to get my extra delt work in because I don't want to lose my overhead press strength. But yeah, this is coming along nice. We're ahead of schedule. We're ahead of schedule. And the other thing to point out here, for me, this is technically should be my weakest day of the week, because you guys know I'm on TRT. I do my shots on Saturday. This is Friday. I'm at the lowest testosterone level I'm going to be at for the week right now. And this was easy. This was ridiculously easy. I was surprised because I know, a week ago, those, 6th and 7th sets started to feel heavy. Today, nothing felt heavy. It felt like lightweight all the way through. We're getting about to that point to where it's time to start adding some weight to this bar. We've rebuilt our baseline with speed. Speed's there. Power's there. Start adding weight. And see what we can do with it. So I don't know if I'm going to go up 10 pounds or 20 pounds. I'll think about it. Get in and see how it feels. But, no reason not to at this point. Again, this is easy. I might do it in micro loading. You know what? Sometimes less is more. I might come in and do 255. And as soon as I can do 10 sets of that, I might move forward. And that might be the case. I might not even do another workout with this for 10 sets. I got to my 10. And I guess that's kind of the point. I've always said do it till it gets easy. And when your 10 sets feels easy, it's time to move forward. So if I want to follow my own advice, I might not need that secondary reinforcement workout because my 10th set was easy. All right, this is set 9 right here. Watch this. Easy. I'm not even straining. It's reasonably fast. Perfect technique, racket, stand up. And that's kind of the whole point too, doing all this stuff, all of this volume with the triples gets your setup perfect. I'm getting tighter each time. I'm getting set up. I'm not having sets now to where I go, oh wow, my set was loose. I didn't get tight enough there, because I'm having to practice it over and over and over so many times that it just becomes easy at a certain point. Second nature, because if people say practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. And if you come in and practice repeatedly doing it perfectly, it gets easier. Now my setup is getting good. I'm remembering how to bench press again. And that's the point also. We're ingraining technique. And that's how you build a bench press, guys. So I'm going to do my set of crunches here. And I didn't go all out on these today. I think I only did these for a couple minutes. Some days I do them for 3 minutes straight. You know what? Just get in and get some crunches done. And yeah, I advocate core work every time you're in the gym. Every time you're in the gym. And people say silly stuff like, oh, these muscles need to recover. They need to recover. Of course they do. Didn't you sleep? Didn't you eat between your workouts? And if you're doing a blast in a workout, it's not a big deal. Just doing a little bit of extra metabolic fatigue, that'll be fine. The only time I might say this is a problem if you're going to come in the next day and hit a max effort squat session or something like that. Okay, maybe you don't want to do core work, the workout before that. But also you've got to question if you're going to come in and do a max effort squat session of maybe you shouldn't train the day before it immediately anyways. Meaning if you're training 6 days a week, you might want to start that max effort squat session on the first day. Just throwing that out there after your one rest day. Again, not that most people should be training 6 days a week. And that's kind of the take home there as well. It's the take home there as well. Just factoring that in. So yeah, even though this was a bench day, still come in and do my core. Doesn't matter. Because I really only have about 2 days a week where I'm training my lower body at the moment, because I'm doing so much bench work and pressing work again that it's not really giving me, because I'm specializing in this, I'm not getting a lot of sessions of lower body in. So, I'm coming in and deadlifting once a week, squatting once a week. Some of the days I've been front squatting twice a week. So, that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, my next workout, I'm going to come in and do a little bit of front squatting and some rows, and that'll be fine. I just start building up my volume more on my front squats, and we'll take it from there. But, yeah, as we finish this up, we're going to show that 10th set again. And again, notice the difference now that I've gotten used to benching again. Now that I've gotten used to benching again, it's getting really easy. The same weight that felt relatively hard on those 7th sets the other day, once I got fatigued, the 10th set went up easily. It went up like nothing. And I'm just like, wow, this wasn't hard. I could have done another set. I probably could have done 2 more sets. But we've reached that threshold. That's 30 reps with perfect technique, perfect speed. We're done. Time to move on and start increasing the weight. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.